Alright, I actually am going to move it because the cars are pretty jammed in right now. So yeah, so we're gonna do a cold start. Hopefully the engine starts. Yeah, not a problem. Clutch feels good. Doing the shifting, no problem. Reverse. I'll go over the interior again. Clutch is fine, but very close. Okay. Let's get it pulled over here. Alright. Not a problem with the clutch. Everything feels good. Steering's no gasoline. We'll have to get that before shipment. Now we're gonna try engine start video. Exhaust sounds fine. There's no weird idling or sounds. Engine running video. Sounds good. The low kilometers, you can tell. I mean, the engine looks really dirty for how low the kilometers are. I'll do a separate walk around and show the actual engine when it's not running. Engine running. Inside, there's no gas. 54,000 kilometers, idling. Turn on hazards, turn on the headlights, check the mirrors. Open and close good. Check the windows. This one was a little slower, but it's still fast. Horn works. Both taillights are on. Side blinker. Headlight blinker. Headlight blinker. I'll have to check the fogs. Side blinker. The fog, I guess. No, I'm not sure how to turn the fog on. I'll have to look at that. Alright, as far as the engine goes, the turbo heat shield is quite rusted. Overall, the engine was pretty dirty, especially up here. It was very black in here, but we actually went through and cleaned it to make it look a little more presentable. Strut towers. Over here is the early signs of rust. It looks like the previous owner put some sort of rust prevention here to make it stop spreading. It's super solid. That's not coming off. I'm not sure what that is. This needs to be replaced. It's quite dirty. Also, looking down there, it does look like the block might be wet a little bit. So I don't know if that's like, there's no oil on the floor, but that might just be some sort of leak there. I'm not sure. We'll have to get it up on the lift and check that. Battery tray, rust free. The headlights, no broken clips. I took a picture of this. I don't remember with my Silvia. There's a gap here. I mean, I can almost stick my entire finger in there. I don't know if this is pushed down or if that's the design. I can't remember, but it's on both sides. Again. And this headlight, no trouble. I mean, this doesn't look particularly bent. Inside, it looks like standard, 24-year-old condition. This looks aged. But overall, the engine's fine. Needs a front mount. All right, the exterior, I'm not really used to looking at pearl. I'm assuming that parts of the car have been sprayed. The texture is different between the bumper. The bumper's probably been repainted. Fender is probably original. Looking down on the side of the car, there is no dents or dings, nothing that stands out. The aero kit may have been put on separately, so that's a different color as well. Now, when we washed the car, it beaded up, the water beaded nicely, but if you get down to the cracks and the crevices, it's super dirty as far as like minute detail. I took a picture of it, any of the little scratches or chips that I saw. This being probably the worst. I'm not sure if this was black originally and repainted white and it just chipped off after time, or if they tried to cover some sort of sun fading, but that looks pretty bad there. The mirror itself, it's got brush marks there. I took pictures of all of that as well. Going down this side, it's completely smooth. Typical, scratches here from opening the door. Badges are fine. We cleaned the round there because it was, quite black. So now that looks clean. Going to the sunroof, it's smooth all the way around. None of the seals look broken or cracking. The trim on the back window is the same. The spoiler's been resprayed, and the stands are probably the worst. It's very orange peely and a different color from the spoiler itself. Again, down the side of the car, in the back, bumper, can't really tell. I mean, today's not a sunny day, and actually it just rained, but this looks a little, I would say, a lot whiter than the bumper itself. Texture is different as well. Muffler underneath. But for a 54,000 kilometer car, I mean, it tells. They really took care of it. Again, there's no pressure cracks. It never bumped into something. Going down the side of the car on the passenger side, the door near the handle, right around here, looks like it might be a little resprayed there. And I believe right in here has been painted. And if I rub my finger here, you can feel it's very kind of rough to where they may have put the tape. But at the same time, it looks like it would have been a very professional paint job. I mean, it looks very clean. There's not heavy orange peel or anything. Same thing over here. It's very rough. The brush marks are not so noticeable on this side. dirt. Very sun faded. This can probably be resprayed black. They put a piece of tape here. There's a rock chip. Now the inside of the wheels maybe clean up. Factory could use a set of wheels for sure. Completely stock. Front bumper, there was no pressure cracks. No rock chips, but there are some brush marks like here. I believe this will all come off. And the bonnet had the most damage. Well, I wouldn't call it damage, but let's see if you can catch that in the light. There's a scratch that runs from here all the way up here. I mean, that looks like maybe a cat jumped on it and scratched down it. There's another scratch that goes from here to here. If I back up, and this scratch, that's really the worst part on the car there besides the mirror. All right, interior. This looks like it hasn't been cleaned. Actually, that lighting makes it look bad. It's not as gray as that is, as it shows. Door, it's very clean. There is a little bit of lift here, but outside of that, there's no problem with the lift. Knobs look all original, you know. Boost gauge, no trouble. There's not any heavy scratching here. The seat, it doesn't really look like it needs to be steam cleaned at all. There's wear here, but it's not ripping. I'll go to the back seat while I'm here. Yeah, the lighting makes it look gray, but it's more of a blue color, and it's very clean. The steering wheel, I don't know, it's a 99, so I had a 99 myself. This is probably aftermarket, but the steering wheel itself, you know, there's no balding or wear and tear on it, which is good. The knobs are still, that's a little faded, but besides that, rather untouched. The dash, maybe they had something here, probably a radar, as well as a stand here. So there's a big fade mark right in here, and I can actually see a noticeable stand mark. Outside of that, no scratches. You know, I mean, if you look at these dashes, they scratch. The material is just, you know, not really well thought out in my eyes. Factory shift knob, factory e-brake. I think a smoker's car, but there's not a cigarette smell in here, which is good. There's scratches on this, quite bad, but still clean. Passenger seat, and the passenger door card as well. There's no abrasions, or there's some slight kick marks down here that I wasn't able to get out. This is actually my first time in a Silvia that has a sunroof. at the trunk. Everything seems sealed and nice. There's no leak or rust that I can see. I did lift this up so it's kind of already out of the way, but the carpet, there's some staining here. Let's see if I can get this up. No signs of repair or accident. It's very clean. Even down below the spare, sometimes it gets kind of brown and dirty in there. There's really nothing. There you have it.